Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Arc Tier 1 Saturday night, 8 PM viewing. Um, we're at the dreaded Jeddah, the evil track for the season. Bit different this week, guys. It's sprint race week, so it'll be short qualifying tonight, followed by a 9-lap sprint race, followed by the usual 50%. So a little bit different. Let's just get to somebody who's out on track a second. I need that track map up. So this is Reaper. Yeah, he's first out on track, so we'll stick with him. So, just come off a very boisterous instant field tier 2 race. Only the two safety cars in it, so it's not as if it was a safety car fest, but both came very early on, and then we had a good 20, 21 laps, 20 or 21 laps of full racing, so it wasn't that bad really, and so we did lose 5 drivers very early on. No, it was more than that, wasn't it? It was 7 drivers. We started with 18 and we're down to 11 very quickly. So, there we have it. Briefing Cow just joined, so that's fine, Briefing. You can get out on track, mate, no worries. Don't forget, though, short quality. If any drivers are watching, don't forget it's it's short quality, then there's a 2-minute break between that and the sprint race. Then there's a 5-minute break between the sprint race and the full race. So, there we have it. Here comes Reaper then into the final corner. And he'll be the first to start a flying lap. Give us some sort of target time. Actually didn't get to see what the pole position time was in Tier 2 because I was rushing about quite a lot pretty much throughout the whole time we were racing, so I didn't really get to see much myself. Just had to try and concentrate on what I was doing. So I think it was a high 28 though. So all looks pretty steady from Reaper through the first sector. I think that's important in these short qualifiers, to try and first of all just get yourself a time on the board. It don't have to be your quickest time straight away. Just get one on the board so you got a target then to aim for the rest of the session. I must admit, one thing I would suggest for any drivers that you need to make sure you keep. I would suggest make sure you keep a set of softs for the race because they may well be needed. It only takes one perfectly timed safety car. Well, my strategy, I was going to use softs anyway. I was doing mediums to softs as my strategy, but because of the timing of the second safety car, I went too hard at that point and went to the end instead. Which is what basically everybody did, I think. So. Here comes Reaper anyway. He gets us underway with 31.5. Who's this one? This is Sam. Oh no, he's on an outlap. Who's coming round? Who's this? That's Dogs. He's also on an outlap. Hoff then in the Alpine 34.6 to get underway. Let's get Aaron. So looks like Briefing Cow managed to get in the car this time. So we're up to 16 now, which is good. Couple of championship contenders missing though. We're missing Lux 7 tonight. We're missing Brian tonight. So, oh, Hoff, what have you done? You completed a lap and then crashed in sector 1. It's just round here, so Gazza needs to be a bit careful. Yeah, it's not the greatest place for a car to be. At least he got a time on a board. Andrews has done a 35 flat. Just back from holiday, so he's had absolutely zero practice around here. It's not the nicest of tracks to trying to do with zero practice. Hey Top Gotcha, just saw your message. Go Sam. I'm saying go Sam as well because he's on my team. We're on board with Sam. Anybody watching this who maybe doesn't play the game themselves or doesn't follow F1, you can see the walls very close in on each side of the circuit. It's like that all the way round. It's a tough track. I'd say the only track you genuinely say is more difficult than this would probably be Monaco. Similar type track. Sam goes into P3 then with a 30.6. Good start from him. Ghost Rider's gone into P2. Jon Snow, who raced Tier 2, so he's had a bit of track time, so he's probably got his eye on a bit better than others. Dogs just started his lap, so let's go with him. Let's go back to the broadcast cam, it's quite loud. Cockpit. So, no more times yet. We've got a new driver on tonight, Loyal Well. It's a brand new driver. It's only Joker's second race with us as well, so still new. But yeah, a debut from Loyal Well in the Red Bull. So, we'll see how he gets on. Ooh, coming across. How's that not... I'm amazed that hasn't invalidated him. He must have really eased off the power to stop that from happening. So, apart from that one corner, the rest of the laps look good from Dogs. Me old mucker, me old teammate from last season. We are still the current Constructor Champions for Tier 1. I'm going to say that literally every race, by the way, just so everybody knows. It's Dogs on his way round, and it didn't look like his best lap. In fact, so much so, he is heading into the pits. Anybody on a hot lap at the moment? I don't think there is. Ghost Rider's gone through sets of 1. He's 12 seconds down. Sam's... that was his last lap. That was 3.5 seconds down. So let's keep an eye on his sets of 1 time here. So I suspect he's done a recharge and is looking to go again. Yeah, he's a bit up. So just over 2 temps up. He's actually purple in set to 1. Through, it's all look pretty tidy. Looks on the board tonight, Sam, doesn't he? Yeah, 6 temps up now. That really puts him on target for a 30 flat. If he finds just a tiny bit more, he'll be going to provisional pole. Sector 3's look good as well. I think he's on to set the fastest time in the session so far. Here he comes for the line. Oh, he doesn't quite. He goes second with a 30.2. Just lost a bit in the final sector. He probably was low on power by the time he reached the end of the lap there, so that probably affected his sector 3 time. Here's Loyal Well then. So a look at a new driver. I believe he's mates with LGR Joker, so if Joker's anything to go by, I'd be expecting good things from Well as well. Birdie gets time on the board, but it's a 53.3, so clearly wasn't a clean lap. Well crosses in on a 31.2, puts her into P5 for the moment. Let's come down to who's furthest round the lap. Evan, FRT Evan is. I could just call him Evan tonight because TRT Evan isn't racing, so I could just call him Evan. Here he comes then through the final corner. Might get a little toe off his teammate. Gets a little toe off of Gaza. They cross the line together. Evan goes fastest. 29.297. Briefing Cow slots in behind on a 29.8. So, oh, that's birdie. Oh, so Ferrari in trouble. No, oh, I was gonna say, no. Oh, now he starts going. Just so to come round. Ah! Luckily, the other drivers that went past are on their toes. It is a track. It's easy to hit a parked car on this one. I'm not gonna lie. It is. Anybody? Can we see anybody? Oh, well, not improving. No. Gaza. Looks like he's going for it. Let's see what he sets it 2 times like. Just round here. So he's just over a tenth up. So it's actually 9 tenths behind the next driver, which is Ghost Rider. Well, 8 tenths actually. So he needs to find a lot of time. Pretty much, you can kind of look at these early laps. They're important to get these laps on the board early on, but they're all a kind of a practice up to the final lap that you do. But, which should be your fastest, but of course you need to get reasonable laps on the board earlier on, as Gaza does a 30.7. Just in case you validate that big lap at the end, you need something reasonable to back it up. D8, 103.2 through sector 2. All the guys that haven't got a time on the board just yet are all on hot laps now. Lord DA is the first of those. Head to the line, it's 131.1. Puts into P7 for the moment. Let's go to Joker. Oh no, Joker's not long started his. Where's GMB? He's just ahead of Joker. Dogs has invalidated in a way. So we may as well go to GMB then. He's just won the Tier 2 race. Provisionally, obviously. Results aren't 100% confirmed until all tickets have been dealt with and stuff like that. So provisionally he did win it on track. So showing purple in sector 2. That can't always be trusted when a driver hasn't got a time on the board. It often pops that up even when it's not true. But in terms of glitches in the game, I think that's probably the very bottom of the pile of things to do. So GMB then heads for the line, and it looks like it is fastest. It's 29.106 from GMB. Joker just crossed the line before I could get to him, but he's gone into P6 on a 30.2. Samuel is back out. Oh, he's invalidated. Okay, so we slow that down. Now he's got to make a choice, because he probably hasn't got time to do another lap, then an in lap, so he's probably better off just pitting now. I think he's only used 1 set before this. As long as he keeps 1 set for the race, I don't think he needs to keep 2. Joker, after setting his time, has crashed. There's a Ferrari just coming round. There he is, on the left-hand side there. A bit unusual, that one. It's obviously has hit the curb a bit wrong, with a bit of power going through the wheels, and spun him into the wall. So I don't think anybody's on hot lap. What about Andrews? No. No, he's into the pits, so and it's John. I think John. No, that's not John then. Who's this? It's GMB, so he's on an in lap. Looks just started an out lap. Yeah, I think Birdie is going to be next across the line to actually start a hot lap, so We'll go to the Ferrari man. Like I said earlier, he's got a time on the board, but it's a 53 free, so it clearly wasn't a clean lap. So we'll see how he gets on. Hey Andrews, no, this ain't easy at all. Your stupid idea was it to go on holiday. The wife's, maybe? I don't know. I'm not saying that to her, by the way, you could say that. Oh, birdie, round again. He's costing Ferrari a lot of money and wings so far today. Oh, yes, birdie. You weren't very nice to me on Thursday, were you, in comms? Last week. What Thursday gone? Was it Thursday or was it last Saturday in Tier 2? That's right, it was last Saturday, Tier 2. You, so... you can expect a bit through the race, maybe. If you last very long. John's round. In the left-hander. Just got a bit of oversteer. Andrews retires it. That's in the pits. Yes, he didn't have enough time to get out again, so he retires it out. Currently sat P12. So, no point watching John anymore because he spun it. Ghost Rider's down. Gaza. 3 attempts off in the first sector. Looks like his McLaren teammate is just ahead of him. So it's looking, I think they're working together. He gets out of the way in now in a way, so maybe not working together. But it's a good start to the lap from Gaza. Yeah, carries on the improvements. 6 attempts up now. That would be a 30.1, which would see him move up into P6. But I expect to be aiming a bit higher than that. He can continue the improvement through the final sector. I think we're about to see him go around about P4, P5 here. The final sectors look good. I don't see why you wouldn't improve a bit more. Head to the line, but no, doesn't actually lose this a little bit again. 30.1 though, but does put him into that P6. Right, who's coming round? This is Samuel. He'd invalidated again, so he's just about crossed the line to have another go. But he didn't know. He did improve at some point there. He's on 29.6. He's up to P3, so he's doing a great job as Sam. Briefing Cow. Well, I think go to Evan, because Evan's a bit further around than Briefing is. Yes, I second that, Joker. Good luck to everyone. It's Ghost Rider. Retires from the session in the pits. The yellow flags there is just somebody getting out of the way. I think it's Gazzy trying to get out of the way. It might not be, actually. There is an Alfa Romeo that spun. And the only Alfa Romeo on track is Lord DA. Unless he had just pretty much come to a stop to let cars through. But FRT Evan then. He's green, so he is improving. Through the final corner, can he pinch pole position off of JMB? He does. It's a 28.9. So he does nick pole position. JMB and P2. Samuel's not improving. Gaza not improving. Lord DEA is into the pits. Reaper not improving. And I think that's it. So, yeah, nobody improving. Well, there's some good qualifying there. Evan takes pole at the death, but and Briefing Cow took P2 right at the end as well with a 29.0. But JMB, our little 12-year-old star, is into P3, which is not bad at all. Sam Brilliance in P4. Jon Snow P5. Gaza 6. Joker 7. Ghost Rider 8. Lord DA 9. Reaper 10. Loyal Well in 11 on his debut. Andrews in P12, Hoff 13, Walkie 14, Bertie 15, the dogs. Dog Use Eat in 16. Obviously, bear in mind that effectively is the qualifying for the qualifying, because the actual qualifying is sprint. Hopefully they remember they got a couple of minutes break, because I need to go and get a coffee. So I'll be back in just a moment. Let me just scroll through that so we've got everybody's positions there. Don't think there's any need to go for instance, but just in case. So that is all the instance there. There we go. Right. There we are. Right, excellent. Right, guys, I'm just going to grab myself a quick coffee. I'll be back very shortly. What you've got to do is open the grave, put loads of stuff in there to burn, and then burn the full bones. Don't you? Right, guys, I'm back with you. I think it's readied up now, but I was going to say, I think there's been a little bit of a misunderstanding on the way to sprint weekend. But bear in mind, this is the first ever sprint race weekend we've ever done, so there's bound to be a couple of moments, should we say. But they're off now anyway. They're counting down. So I say this is the sprint race. So the sprint race is 33% distance of the feature race, which in this case is a 50% race. So feature race is 25% laps, 25 laps. The sprint race will be 9, plus the formation lap, of course. So check tyres, but I would imagine everybody's on mediums. They are indeed. I did try in our Tier 2 sprint race to change that to softs, but it won't let you. I wanted to use softs, but yeah, it just wouldn't let me. I had to choose either medium or hard, and you're not going to choose hard for 9 laps, so there we have it. Okay, I'm going to stick it on position change just to help me at the start, see if anybody suddenly drops down or not. At the moment, just putting a bit of gap away. Yeah, Evans' gap to, there we go, there's Briefing Cow, so it's not so bad, but there's a huge gap behind Sam. Sam to John is a huge gap, so they are catching up now. Evans slowed it right up. As you can see, a lot of weaving going on to try and warm the tyres. Must admit, that was the problem I had in the race, was trying to get the tyres up to temperature under safety cars. So difficult. So remember, the sprint races, there are points on offer, so the top 8 score. It's 8 points for first, 7 points for second, 6 points for third, down to P8 for 1. And hey birdie. Also, the most, even though you get the points for the top 8, the most important thing here really is getting your position for the main race. Dog's down at the bottom, by the way. I believe, if my memory serves me right, he started last season and won the race. So maybe thinking of that, starting last is a way to try and avoid early contacts from other drivers spinning round. Dogs was the only one that missed his grid slot then. Boot 1 is the lowest I've ever seen so far. It's a horrendous angle, once more. Let's go to JMB. See, Briefing Cow absolutely flew off the line and takes the position. Now we've got a better angle. Just scroll through the field, see if everybody's getting through okay. They do appear to be. Back at the front. So, Briefing Cow, straight away off the line, takes the lead from Evan. JMB remains in P3. Samuel holds his P4 slot. John P5. No changes actually, all the way down to Gaza in 6. Lord DA's made up a couple off the line. Joker and Ghost Rider down 1. But the biggest gainer there was our backman, Dogs Use Eat. You can see on the back of the Red Bull there. He's up 5 places from 16th to 11th. So, change at the back there. Off getting past Andrews. I think Andrews had a little moment himself there. So off up to P15. Let's go to the front runners. So Briefing Cow holding that. quite funny, this race, because you can... These guys, if they stay within a second to each other, if Reef and Cow can't pull out a second, you might end up seeing them swapping positions continuously each lap. It's a strange old race, but the three DRS zones are really close together, so it's quite easy really to get an overtake here. This begs belief to me when I see people trying to make moves in Sector 1, the end of Sector 1, the very start of Sector 2, when there's 3 DRS zones further around the lap. So, see, gap between Briefing and Evan staying similar. There's, well, I think this is a virtual safety car. John's picked up 5 seconds colliding with Sam. Now I suggest, obviously we didn't see it guys, so I can't be 100% sure, but I'm going to take a wild guess that Sam got a sudden red basically warning on being too fast under virtual safety car and had to slam the brakes to stop himself getting a penalty, and John hasn't been able to react to it. So John's lost his wing. He's probably not going to be happy, but there's not much Sam can do. If he's got to react to the Delta, this is a very much well-known glitch. The Delta suddenly comes up saying you're like 6 seconds behind it or something, like too fast, and so you have to slam the brakes, sometimes even comes to a full stop. The virtual has changed to a full safety car, by the way, so similarities to Tier 2, a little bit later than Tier 2 actually, but not much. John at the moment opts to stay out. He's got to come in. You can't do Jeddah with no wing. I said you could when the game first came out. Didn't seem to make much difference to the car when you lost your front wing, but since they updated that part of it, I don't think it's possible anymore. I had slight wing damage for the last 2 laps of my sprint race in Tier 2, and it definitely affected the car, and it was only like my right end plate sort of thing was missing. John's whole wing's missing, so Dogs remains the biggest gainer so far. Now, I can understand why John wants to stay out, but if he's going to pit, then he needs to do it this lap, because the safety car's not going to come in this lap, because Bertie hasn't caught it yet. Bertie, interestingly enough, has gone on to fresh medium tyres. And now things are starting to make sense a little bit. Okay, I've had people saying, why don't we get a second set of medium tyres in the races? And I think I've just realised why. It's because you don't in a normal race weekend, but you do. So, basically, on a sprint race weekend, you get the set that you've used in the sprint race as well. So you get 2 sets of mediums because of that. You get an extra set. It must be that. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's not repaired Jon Snow's wing. He's still without a wing. And That was a bit of a rage quit, I'm afraid, from John. I think either that or he just didn't realise he didn't have a wing. I mean, that's ridiculous. The guy pits under safety car. It just goes to show. I think we're all going to need to be aware of this actually, because it automatically has on your MFD. It automatically has the repair front wing or repair wing damage set to auto. But I think that's what we just seen from John. The fact it hasn't repaired a wing when he's completely lost it altogether, we're going to have to start making sure we set that to yes if we want it repaired. That's ridiculous. Safety car in this lap then. So let's go to Evan. Let's go on board with Evan. See if we can catch briefing car ourselves. When's he gonna go? No! Doesn't. It looks like Gen B reacted pretty well. It also looks like Sam reacted pretty well. So I don't think any of them are close enough to make a move here. So, a couple of things going on further down. Gaza and Lowell are side by side. Lowell up into P6. Nicely done from Whale there. Gen B really having a look at the back of Evan. Is he going to be able to get... Of course, we've not yet seen DRS in this race because we didn't make it to lap 3. And now you're going to have to get to a third lap again before it enables. Okay, well, they're running together. And he's definitely having a look. He fancies it. And it looked like the McLaren... Well, what? There was definitely an end plate come flying off of one of the cars there. I think it's the Alpha Tauri. He seems to struggle around there. He's into the pits. I'm surprised he's pitted for an end plate. It's not easy to drive, but I thought he might try and carry on there, Gen B. But just got caught out, didn't he? Dogs has had to pit as well. Well, if it's anything like, I'm just thinking, actually, should we have a look? Right, it's changed the front wing on Gen B's car, and it's changed the front wing on Dogs. So why didn't it change John's? Unless they did move theirs to yes. Didn't get that at all. So, how are we doing? So obviously JMB's pit stops moved everybody up a place. Dogs, some of the guys that were behind Dogs are getting 2 from that. The Alfa Romeo is now running in P7, P8. Lord DA coming under a lot of pressure at the moment from the Aston Martin of Reaper. And that's the Ferrari of Bertie there, so having a much better sprint race than he did qualifying session. Oh, Lord DA doesn't have a front wing. Okay. Don't blame Reaper there, just breaking on a little bit early. If he's aware of the damage to Lord DA, it could be a really... It could be difficult to follow, to be honest. You do end up breaking a little bit earlier, because the car with that front wing also needs to break a little bit earlier. Probably geared down an extra gear than what they usually would for... Seems to be controlling it pretty well. You've got to give it to Lord DA here. He's doing a good job. That's the sort of corner you're going to struggle in, look, with no front wing. Because you need downforce on the car to make it through corners like that. So you'd think it's a matter of time until they get the DRS. So here's the DRS then for Reaper. He was close to making the overtake last lap, but surely this time goes to the outside of the corner again. Oh, Lord DA, come on. So who gets the DRS then? Oh, it looks like Lord DA did. Okay. Look at Burley saying, I'm here as well, boys. I'm quite happy to take anything you can give me. Sorry to the rest of the field, but this battle's fascinating at the moment. Just Gaza makes up a place, so he's gotten back past Loyal Well. Just quickly move to that one. It's Lord DA. We've seen him battling and trying to hold on to that P8, which he's absolutely entitled to do. But this time, in trying to hold them off, he's cut one too many corners. Unfortunately, has picked up a penalty. So Reaper up into P8, which is the final points position in a sprint race. And Samuel has gotten past... Oh, he's battling with Evan. He was ahead for a moment. I wonder if he backed off to... Who's got the DRS? It's Evans. I think that's why Samuel got ahead, because Evan wanted the DRS on the main straight. Wow, look at this row of cars. It's all for P2. This is unlike Evan. Speed is slow. I think he's got some sort of damage. Well, he's definitely missing the left end plate. It's making him very slow if it's just an left end plate, but well, it's going to be an interesting charge to the line as... Oh, Hoff's out. Hoff is out. I don't know if we can... Oh, he's just there on the left-hand side. Sure, he's managed that one, but GMB and Burley fighting. Reaper, GMB's up to P9. Lord DA somehow back into the P8. GMB battles him. Oh, they're both round. They're both round. Oh, Burley's hit Lord DA and is out. Reaper manages to miss it, and he will take that final point now. Burley not able to get past the McLaren, and Gaz is having a look at Joker. It's going to be a drag race. It's going to be... So it's Brief and Kai. My apologies, Brief and Kai takes pole position then. Evan does hold on for P2. He's done well to hold on there. Samuel did everything he could, but takes a fantastic P3. Joker for P4. Well done. Gaza and a second McLaren. So McLaren sitting very nicely, second and fifth on the grid. Loyal Well, P6 on his debut. Did very well indeed. Ghost Rider, P7. Seemed a bit lonely for him, but P7. Couple of points. Reaper got that P8 in the end. GMB P9. as him and Lord DA came together, but it was Bertie who really lost out in that, as he couldn't avoid hitting Lord DA. So, again gives driver of the day to Dogs for the sprint race, but we don't do driver of the day in sprint races, so sorry Dogs. Anyway, Walkie in the end 11th, Dogs 12th, Andrews 13th, Bertie, Hoff and John we lost. That is so unfortunate for Bertie, because he was having such a good sprint race compared to the qualifying session. He didn't deserve that at all, but just bad luck. There was contact between JMB and Lord DA, which spun them, and unfortunately Reaper managed to miss it, but for Bertie, unfortunately, he didn't. Let's just get the I swear I just pressed race director then to try and get the instance in for the stewards, but it's advanced on, so right then guys, so well, it was a good sprint race. Once we got past the safety car, it was a decent race. Some good fighting in there, quite enjoyed that. But anyway, let's look forward to the main race, and this time guys we do take a 5-minute break. The break earlier on, sorry, should have just been a couple of minutes, but it went on a bit. Oh, somebody's pressed a button. Who's pressed a button? Unlucky Bertie, you were having much better sprint racing you did quali, mate. But, that was just unlucky, that was. So it's not moving. Discord to see if anyone's been said. Back in just a moment. I'm sure not to miss this. Right, I'm back. up. Sam don't quite get off the line perfectly. Oh, Evan gets hit by Joker. He's going to think that's Sam, but it wasn't. It was Joker that hit him. It means that Sam is up into P2. Gads has moved into P3. JMB's P4. Lord DA up to 5th already. That's some flying off the line. We've got full yellow, so there's a VSC. Just checking on Evan. I think he's going again. He hasn't lost a wing. It's going to be demoralising for him. There's no doubt about that, to have dropped down because of that. But it's not his fault, and it's not. It's just one of those things. It actually looked almost identical to an incident we had in the realistic tier on Thursday at the first corner. Now, has the Aston Martin? That's Reaper. He's lost his front wing. So he's going to be in. And the virtual safety car is finished. So Dog's already up into P6. So close racing continues. Split the Alfa Romeos now. And he's going to get after Lord DA. So Fred T. Evan already back up to P12. He will get through the field, Evan. I'm perfectly confident of that. Count. Obviously sets the fastest lap in the race in the first completed lap. And he's in front, so he's bound to. Whale into the pits then, and we should see Reaper into the pits as well. The only two that's needed to pit at the end of the first lap, but obviously they're already going to be wanting a safety car. Will they go to softs to try and be quick enough to catch up a bit? Whale's gone to hards. Now, what I can say, Reaper's gone to softs, Whale's gone to hards. They've both made the right call, really, because Reaper should be able to put his foot down for sort of 7 laps, 6 to 7 laps. We've got it set to 2 yellow, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that'd be why. I do know why. Birdie is out. Oh my word. That scared off after death then. Dogs has been involved and has managed to get going again. It looks like the Birdie's the only one we've lost. Well behind it. But that's going to be a full safety car. It's got to be a full. Yeah. The safety car is out. I can see it. So, well, Birdie, what can I say, mate? Not your night tonight. I think you gave a good showing in the sprint race, mate. It was unfortunate what happened late on in it, but you did give a good showing in the sprint race. But I mean, that looked like it was just unlucky again. I don't know if somebody in front of you spun there. I don't know if you can enlighten me on that. So. Yeah, see it feels like that, Birdie. What actually happened, mate? Did someone spin in front of you again? Just didn't see it. So now full safety car is out. People are choosing to pit. Now, anybody that was watching the Tier 2 race would have seen us swap into hard tires. I think it was lap 5, the end of lap 5. And I can tell you that I got to the end on about 42% wear, so an extra couple of laps is going to do it easy. So these people swapping to hards can go to the end from here. There's no doubts about that. They don't need to pit again. The question, of course, is do we get to the end without any more safety cars? If we do, then the line FRT, Evan, Gaza have just made great calls. Yeah, Birdie's confirmed, yeah. Birdie's confirmed it's He was round. Oh, sorry, so that somebody else was round and he's hit them. So basically identical to the sprint race. Not your night, mate. It's just unlucky. As I said, you gave a really good showing of yourself in the sprint race, mate. You really did. And it was just unlucky to you in that one, and you've had the same luck again. It's the bloody track, mate. And I thought this track was awesome last year on 21 when they released it. It was a really good track. If you remember, we all thought it was going to be an absolute safety car fest, and then it wasn't. And it was great races, but I just think the extra weight of the cars this year is making it harder. That's the honest truth. I think it's harder this year. Well, I'm glad Monaco isn't in Art's calendar, but I've got leagues, and I'm not looking forward to that. Another one who's off to an absolute flyer, by the way, Jon Snow, up to P6. Excuse me. Right, so we just got Dogs down at the back. He's looking to catch up. The couple in front are just catching up to the back now, so it's just a case of when Dogs catch up. So we might get going the end of this lap, onto lap 5, or it might be following lap. As I said, if we're lucky and we get through the rest of the race with no more safety cars, the guys that have switched to hards now are in a great position. Really are. Dogs did make it, and there's the confirmation safety car is in this lap. So we got Brief and Cow is going to lead the way. He's leading from Ark Samuels, who's got JMB on the back of him. Then the two Alfa Romeos up high, Lord DA 4th, Ghost Rider 5th. Jon Snow in 6th, Walkie 7th, Andrews 8th, Joker 9th, and Hoff fills out the top 10. So he's had a nice start as well, Hoff, to this race. So, away we go. Anybody caught anybody? I think they have. I think Lord DA has caught JMB. Side by side. And he does, indeed. So, Lord DA up into P3. That was a good move. Nice amount of space left by JMB. As John has a look at his teammate. Teammates, guys, come on. Oh, Gaz is out. Oh my word! Oh, how did Dogs miss that? I'm careful. Ah! Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Gaza. That was just funny watching Evan. Unlucky, Gaza. I'm not sure what's happened there, or there's been contact, or whether that was a spin. But I know a safety car has just come in, but how can a safety car not come out for that? That's unreal. Well, miserable day for the McLaren so far. And oh, now why did I say something? Because now a safety car has come out. So surely the rest of the guys on mediums or softs now will pit to hards. They have to do it now. So I'm not actually sure who Gaza was next to on track there. So at least for McLaren, this will allow Evan to be able to pit. But in they come then. I was expecting this, so they're all going to switch to hards, and we should think we're going to see. Surely we'll see Joker take the lead. Who's this staying out? Hoff stayed out. Jon Snow stayed out. Jon Snow takes the lead. Hoff into P2, Joker into P3. But Joker has already made a stop. So these two guys haven't. They should have been in there. We'll see. We'll see if they've made the right decision. Could say, I mean, Jon's now got a nice clear space ahead of him to go racing in and try and create a gap behind him. Sam can try and follow that. And it's so you can understand why they haven't, but obviously in the long run, if there's no more safety cars after this one, they're going to pay the price in the long run. Walkie's switched to softs. Well, FRT Evan has remained on mediums. He has changed his wing, so he's remained on mediums. He's gone back to mediums. So technically, the safety car, they're going to be caught up this lap, but I still don't know if the safety car will come in, because this is only the first lap under the safety car that they've actually been on the back of the safety car. So I think it always goes a minimum of 2 laps. But if it comes in at the end of this, you know I'm wrong. JMB's found himself down 11, and he's not got a front wing. So he'll be hoping the safety car doesn't come in this lap. Let's go try and catch up. Dogs as well. They look like they're in full working order. So, well, Evan's not got there actually, so yeah, safety car would definitely stay out regardless in a way. So surely we'll see JMB into the pits. I don't know if we're going to see anybody else. I don't think Jon or oh, hang on, the Alpine, I've been saying it's Sam, it's not. Sorry, my apologies. The Alpine in P2 is Art Hoff. So, just to rub it in for JMB, he's picked up 5 seconds on the pit entry as well. Not good for him. Yeah, Hoff, look at this. Jon Snow's up 15 places, leads the race. Hoff is up 13 places, runs P2. The only ones left, though, who haven't made a stop, so... I mean, their medium tyres are still pretty fresh, so they might be able to still get away from the fields. So a lot of the laps they've done on those mediums have been under safety cars, so they're not going to be particularly worn. They'll still be relatively fresh. So... going to be interesting from here. What I'm really surprised at really is Walkie going to softs. I think that's a bit strange. Oh, JMB's out. Is that in the pit's retirement, or is he actually out? His car was in sector 1, so I think he might have actually crashed there. Unlucky JMB. Can't win them all, mate. And, but you did really well in tier 2, so well done on the tier 2 performance. So you did your best for your team in tier 1, but it just hasn't paid off in the end. You can see clear pace though. There's the confirmation safety car in this lap. Down to 13 runners. So hopefully you can get some racing in now. Almost identical to tier 2 so far, just a little bit later on the safety car. But, in he goes. Let's ride on board, I think, the Joker. I think Briefing Car will be sitting pretty happy with himself right now, and Sam for that matter. So nobody in the top 4 has got to run on each other. What's further back? Well, what has happened? Andrews is out. Lord DA's had to take to the pits. Evan again has taken to the pits. Wales fallen back. Andrews appears to be out somewhere on turn 1. Absolutely no idea what's just happened on that restart. Walkie takes the escape road and is very careful about rejoining. So well done on that Walkie. Whale catching the back of him now. Look at John getting away look at the moment. Briefing Cow gets ahead of Joker. That's what John wouldn't have wanted. You know, no offence to Joker, but he would have been hoping that Joker would have held Briefing Cow back a bit longer. It's a lot easier said than done. Off down to P4 now, but still, they're going well. As Dogs gets past Reaper into P6. At the moment, right this second, it's looking like a little bit of a survival of the fittest at the moment. So, just check the chat a second. John puts in the fastest lap of the race so far. He's certainly doing his best. I mean, you've got to say that Briefing Cow is looking exceptionally strong from where he is now. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I've got a suspicion that that will be the last safety car. I don't think we'll have another one, but we'll find out. So, clearly though, something went very wrong on that restart. I don't know what it was, but for people to be in an instant before the pit lane, clearly something went very wrong as Dogs gets past Hoff as he runs wide. Reaper's looking to the inside of Hoff. There's a bit of contact there, but to be fair, Hoff held his line. Don't think at first sight I'd actually put any blame on either of them there. Hoff completely misses his braking. He's careful to return to track safely. So again, well done Hoff on that one. The yellow flags turn to green ones. Ghost Rider there. Gets ahead of Reaper. Back into P6. Dogs is chasing Sam then. Briefing Cow sets the fastest lap of the race. He's caught the back of John, just like Dogs has caught the back of Sam. Let's go to Briefing Cow then. Is there anything John can do? Obviously John is in a position here where these hard tyres of Briefing Cows will be reaching the point where they're just as grippy as the mediums, and obviously John's got a pit, so he's kind of got to try and hold these mediums out in hope of a safety car at some point, or until he's built up as big a gap as he can to drivers further down. But we'll see what he does in the end. Dogs picks up a penalty. Not long after Walkie picks up the first penalty. Lord DA again has gone to soft tyres. So some gaps starting to appear further down. Say Dogs is on the back, Briefing Cow. I'm not sure, is DRS activated now? If DRS is activated, I'd expect to see a move. Well, in fact, John's into the pits. He's decided those mediums have done as much as they can do after 10 laps. So he's coming in now. Just looking down, I think those two are definitely going through, but he should get out ahead of Lord DA. Yeah, he's on his way. Lord DA is only just coming through the final corner, so there's the speed mark, so he's going to get out to speed, and you can't even see Lord DA yet on the left. So John out in P7 then, and onto the fresh tyres. So he's going to have slightly fresher tyres than everybody in front of him for the rest of the race. So that is one thing. Lowell against Hoff. I hadn't realised actually that Hoff had pitted as well. Like Hoff was quite happy just to give that place back, or give that place to Lowell. I think he probably realises that Wales on fresh mediums. He's going to do well to get those mediums to the end as well. Wilkie pits. And that Briefing Cow then obviously took the lead when John pitted and has a 3-second lead over Joker, who's running in a very nice P2 as it stands. I unfortunately cut out, guys, with everything. Oh, and DA, just as I was about to say that everybody's spaced out. Another safety car is like, is this... Have we definitely got this on reduced on safety car? Because it's bringing out a safety car very quick. There was Lord DA. Saying that, well, I mean, it's alright saying they brought bringing out safety cars very quick. That obviously needs a safety car. There's no ifs or buts about that. It's car's stuck in the middle of the track, so in real life that would have been a safety car out in an instant and possibly even moved to red flag. So Andrews leaves the session, but it's safety car number 3. Oh, John will be wishing now that he'd just held on a bit longer. Regards pit stops, I don't think any of the hard guys are going to pit from here. Don't know about dogs on the mediums. So Walkie's just on the mediums. Now he is just within the range where they can go to the end. But for me, I don't think that Whale and dogs can take those mediums to the end. So I would expect to see them pit at some point, but it doesn't look like they're going to this lap. Surely if Dogs was going to, he was going to do it then. So yeah, so all the hard boys have stayed out. John, I think John will be disappointed he didn't stay out an extra lap on the mediums, but at the same time I think he'll be glad that the safety car has brought everybody back together, because there was big gaps being created out there, and he still remains well, him and Walkie are the two drivers on the freshest tyre still. So let's double check the penalties. I assume they're both 3 seconds. They are indeed. Position changes then. Dogs up 7. John's up 10. And for me personally, I think John is on for a drive of the day today at the moment. Briefing Cow's been up there just doing his business, so potentially as well. And Joker. Sam as well, I think, has been outstanding so far tonight. I do hope he keeps it up. Yeah, some good performances out there. The problem with these safety cars, of course, coming out like this is no, Verdi, you can't, mate. It's been difficult. Yeah, I was just saying the problem with the safety cars coming out regularly like this is just it just disrupts everybody's rhythm. Nobody can get into a rhythm, and out of all the tracks, Jeddah and Monaco, Singapore, well, any of the street tracks, Jeddah, Monaco, Singapore, Australia, all of them are really rhythm-based tracks. You need to get into your rhythm. Doesn't matter how quick you are, whether you're a quick driver or a slow driver, we all need to get to do the best we can. We really need to find a rhythm at these tracks, and with the safety cars continuously coming out, it makes that very difficult. So, safety car is in this lap. Just to move up slightly to Sam. Well, looks like Reaper's been caught there. Yeah, but it's actually John that's managed to get up into P2. Oh, and Sam's round. Obviously, we're from distance here, but it does look to me like his car is intact. I couldn't see any front wing damage. Oh, what a shame. Walking into the pits again. Set to 1 yellows. I'm guessing that's just from Sam, but they cleared already. Booth and Carroll already pulling a lead, but John's only just got up to second. See what he can do now. He's got fresh tyres on him. Loyal well close to the back of Joker here. So at the moment, it's definitely our closest battle. I say that, look at Dogs on the back of Reaper. Really pushing Reaper here. Moves to the outside. I won't be massively shocked if Reaper doesn't really battle this that hard. No. So I'm pretty happy just to fall in behind. So Dogs is quick, there's no doubt about that, and the last thing Reaper wants for the next 3 or 4 laps is Dogs all over the back of him while he tries to make it to the end on, as what we've already said, is a very difficult track. Into the pits again is FRT Evan. It's just a tyre change. So there's no wing damage there. That's a bit different. The way things are working out, anybody who gets to the end at the moment is just going to pick up decent points. Is Walkie going to get past? I don't think he is. But obviously Evan's going to have to heat those tyres up. Walkie's on softs again, no. Couple of changes going on. Sam, the 2 Alpines swap. Switch. I was between switch and swap then. Swatch positions, and so do the Aston Martins. So Joker ahead of Reaper now. Sector 1 and 2 yellows, and that is, I think, Walkie. Yeah, it is. The colours. Ghost Rider coming into back of him now. Go on, Walkie, keep it going, mate, because there's decent points on the board just for finishing now. And that is Evan. He's already back going, but that is... He's got front wing damage again. DRS is enabled. It's not... Just one of those days, I think, for Evan. Oh, as Walkie this time doesn't manage to keep going, and he is out, and guess what? That is safety car number 4. Brian, are you watching? Because, what did I say about safety cars? Oh, safety car number 4. Yeah, it just makes it drag. It takes all the shine off the race. There has, in amongst all the wrecks and all that sort of thing, there has been some little battles in there that have been quite interesting, but, wow, that's all I can say. Wow. It's a shame for Walkie. If he could have brought that home, he'd have got the points for 11th. But he'd been guaranteed the fastest lap for outside the top 10 as well, so he'd have got the bonus point for that. But obviously couldn't keep it going on this occasion. So, Evan and Ghost Rider pit. What lap are we on? We're on lap 16. This is potentially around soft tyre territory. It's on a normal lap, it'd be a bit early, but with the fact that the next couple of laps are going to be under safety car, it's definitely soft tyre territory now. Well, Briefing Cow's in. I think John's going to stay out. John stays out. He takes track position. He's going to be wanting everybody behind him to do the same thing. Joker stays out. They're all staying out. Loyal Well comes in. Reaper stays out. Samuel stays out. I'd have liked to have seen Samuel pit there. He's got a 27-second lead to Hoff. He makes up a... I think he's only made up one position. I think Briefing Cow's just gone out ahead of him. Well, I mean, let's take a look at the tyres. Yeah, so Hoff, Evan, Ghost Rider all in to softs. Wales put on softs. Briefing Cow's put on softs. Yeah, I think Sam watches this back. He realised he should have pitted, really. Okay, be P7 instead of P6, but he'd be on fresh softs. But interesting that the front four have opted to stay out. I thought John would. I must admit, I kind of knew that John would. I'm not sure about the others, but there's no doubt. But by the end of this race, so it's lap 24 and 25, the softs will be pretty worn. They're not going to be feeling great at that point compared to hards. So can't say I blame the front guys. Obviously, John's going to be hoping that the guys behind him can hold Briefing Cow back at least for 4 or 5 laps, especially if he can be pulling a gap as well. But it should make for an interesting race to the end. Let's just hope we don't get a 5th. Please. Please. F1 gods. Into the pits comes Sam and Reaper. So they are going to have the 1 lap less worn tyres. And the only difference is that Hoff's got through. So there's only 1 position change. That might actually be a little genius move from Sam and Reaper to stay out that extra lap. Make it a lot easier for them to get to the end. Oh, Reaper's been held up in the pits. He must have needed a front wing because he's going to fall to the back. Samuel then out in P7. Looking good now. He's running 6 and 7. I think what's Dogs? Dogs is Williams. Well, someone could tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Alpine are the only team with 2 drivers left. I'm going by the colours here. I can't see another team with 2. No, I am wrong, aren't I? Aston Martin as well. I've got Joker and Reaper. So Aston Martin and Alpine. So now it's the top 3 on hards. Can Joker and Doggy Jeet hold off Briefing Cow at all, or is he just going to be too quick on the soft tyres? Safety cars in this lap. So we're going to be going again lap 19. That means 7 laps remaining. The tyre life expectation on softs is 7 laps. Obviously, they'd have a bit of wear on them from the safety car as well. But my actual faults were when I did a practice on them that they would go longer than a 7. My intention was to do 15 or 16 lap on mediums and switch to softs to the end. Oh, in comes Dogs! On the lap that the safety car gets going again, gives John a nice little gap. Joker holds off Briefing Cow into turn 1. Oh, Briefing Cow tries to switch back. Now then. Oh, he's got the move done well before turn 4. Again, it happens to John. You've been hoping, just hold, guys, please, just hold Briefing Cow back 3 or 4 laps so I can get a little bit of a lead up before he starts chasing me down. Straight away, Briefing Cow is back into P2. Ghost Rider gets into P7, past Hoff. Look, Briefing Cow already right on the back as Joker tries to hold off well. As I said though, there will be a point later on where these softs are beginning to go and the hards will be the better tyre again, so can John hold off Briefing Cow? Because I'll tell you one thing, doing Briefing Cow any favours if he has to drive in the dirty air of John's AlphaTauri, so this could be interesting. I get a bit of deja vu here with John leading and me saying that he won't be doing the guy behind him who's chasing him down any favours being in the dirty air. I do seem to have some recall of saying that before, and I've also got recall that it was at this track as well. Sam gets past Joker for P3 then. So the Alpine man, after that spin that looked like it might have ruined his race, he's now back on the podium, and I think it's very deserved from Sam today. I have to say, John at the moment is probably heading for driver of the day. I think the top 3 are all in with a shout of driver of the day. But there's been some brilliant races on there, to be fair. Look at Evanall back up into P5. I think Hoff's done very well as well. Okay, he's in P9 now, but I think he has done well, Hoff. I think this is one of those where I'm going to have to pick a driver today, and it could be one of about 5 or 6 drivers. But I think I'll be giving the others a special mention as well. Got to stick with this battle, but and keeping an eye on others as well. There is another one. I'm just going to switch to Evan, guys. My apologies if something happens at the front, but Evan looking to make a move on Loyal well. Holds the inside well. Holds the outside and files in behind. Plenty of room left. Nice overtake as John sets the fastest lap of the race. But that's pretty impressive. You'd have kind of assumed that somebody on soft tyres would be setting the fastest lap of the race at this point, but I expect Dogs to at some point here, actually. Seems he's down on his own. Oh, Joker's had to pit. I wonder if that's because he's tried 18 laps on the hards. Can't be more than about 45% more, and Dogs does set the fastest lap of the race, so not a massive surprise there, to be honest. This is a great battle at the moment. Something like Briefing Cow was trying to run a little bit wide into the entry, maybe to try a switchback, but a moment. It looks to me like John's got this defended off. I think there's a point where you've got to realise that you've been defended on this occasion and wait for the next lap, and for me is the time. It's Briefing Cow falls back in behind John there. But at the same time, Briefing Cow will be aware that as he gets towards the last laps and he loses the grip. Oh, John picks up a penalty. He's picked up 3 seconds. Oh, and just as John does it, Reaper does it as well. Oh, I can maybe feel a little bit of deflation in the AlphaTauri car there from John. It's, he's still on for a great result, buddy, so just keep it going. I think that penalty probably does make Samuel my favourite for driver of the day at the moment, but battle for the actual on-track win may not be over. As I said, the sauce will begin to go. I bet they're already every bit as worn as John's hards are. In fact, I bet they're already more worn than John's hards. Possibly they need to get a lot more worn before they become a slower tyre than hard tyres. So, Ghost Rider gets past Reaper. Reaper gets back past Ghost Rider. They're battling down the straight. Ghost Rider with DRS, but can't get alongside Reaper, so Reaper will hold that position for now. Ghost Rider's tyres have hit 7 laps. So have Evans, so have Hoffs as well. So, as I said, remember, that's what I said, that's their tyre life is 7 laps. And bear in mind a couple of laps were under the safety car, but I think it will enable Sam to fight off Evan and hold on to his very well-deserved podium. He's within the 3 seconds of John as well, so he'd actually currently be being promoted to P2. Well, another one. P5 on his debut. I think he's given a very good showing of himself. I've seen him side by side a couple of times through the race without contact, and that's what we want to see in a driver. And I think P5 in what must be a very difficult debut race, to be fair. I think I speak for the whole of ARC though when we say thank God that shed out of the way. I doubt anybody's looking forward to doing it again next season. I might accidentally leave out the pot for next season, actually, for the draw. Oops, I must have dropped that one. Sorry, watching well. I do like to try and watch some of the people that we might not have seen as much of through the race. Oh, we've got a sector 2 yellow. Oh, it looks like the McLaren. I think it's Evan. It's back going again, but it's definitely Evan. Oh, and that's... I'm not going to lie, I have absolutely no idea who that was. I think it was Dogs. I think he's fallen the lap down. Yeah, it was Dogs. He's taking another pit. I don't know what Dogs is up to, if I'm honest. He's lost his wing doing it, whatever it was. Joker's having a difficult time out there now. Shame for him, he was having a very good race, but it's just not carried on. As it stands right now then, John will hold on to the podium. Evan is not close enough right now. Sam is. We enter onto the last lap now. Oh, how much I'd love to... Not that I'm biased towards Alpine at all, just because I drive from, but I would kind of love to see a 3-second penalty come up for Briefing Cow right now and give Sam a chance, but I know that's mean to say, and I know we're supposed to not be biased, but how can you not? Here's briefing Cow then on the way round. Oh, Sam's picked up a penalty! Oh, Sammy boy! On the last lap. Oh, he'll be annoyed with himself for doing that, but don't worry about it, Sam. You've done a brilliant job. You and John both have. You both deserve the podiums, so... But we'll watch Briefing Cowden as he heads to the line for another victory in Arc. I think he might already have as many as I've got in my 2 seasons so far. But Briefing Cow wins. Jon Snow 2nd, Sam 3rd, Evan 4th, Whale 5th, Ghost Rider 6th, Reaper 7th, Hoff will take 8th. Round to the Alpine with 2 finishers, and Aston Martin with 2 finishers. Every other team only has the 1. So good job from them. Most drivers remain penalty free that finish, so that's good. I believe the only one that served a penalty in the pits that I can remember was JMB, and he was retired from the race, so don't think there's any more of that. I haven't done writing down of the blooming CRP, have I? Oh well, it's my fault, my problem. I've got to do them, so there we go. Game gives the driver of the day to Dogs. It's clearly not Dogs, so my apologies, Dogs, but it's definitely not you. Congratulations to Briefing Cow on the win. Do recall that I gave you driver of the day last time, but I'm not going to on this occasion because you got 2 guys behind you that have done superb jobs. And I'd really like to give a joint driver of the day to John and Sam as a joint driver of the day, if I'm honest, but I suppose I'm not. Somebody's going to tell me no. You got to be put on the spot. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Sam. I'm going to give it to Samuel. Sorry, John, on this occasion, but I'm going to give it to Samuel. Taking into account the sprint race performance as well, I think that just tips it in Sam's favour. But on the actual feature race, I have to say that both of you did a fantastic job, just like Briefing Cow did. So I was very impressed with Hoff as well. I thought he did a great job. Reaper as well, all the finishers did, to be fair. A race like that is very difficult, so there we have it. That's Arc Tier 1 finished for this week. I'm going to say it again. I think I say on behalf of the whole of Arc, good riddance to Jeddah for this season. But we'll see you again at some point, Jeddah, where I'm sure we'll do a lot better, but it's been a nightmare this year, let's be honest. Let me just check. I think next week will be race 5, which was supposed to be Miami, but I'm guessing that was put back. I think it's Austria next week. I'm just going to double check, but I do believe that it's Austria. It is indeed. So, yeah, race 5 next. So, next week is Austria week for Arc. Was due to be Miami on week 5, but because we added Silverstone in, that's pushed that back to week 6. So, there we go. So, we're back for Austria next week, guys. So, just to confirm, Arc then will be back on Wednesday for Tier 3, who kick off the week. That's at 7:30. There'll be normal races next week, so it'll be the full qualifying 50% race as per normal. Then Tier 4, or the realistic tier, will be here on Thursday for full qualifying 50% race as well. And then, as usual, Tier 2 at 5:45 on Saturday and Tier 1 at 8 p.m. Say Austria, completely different kettle of fish, completely open track, great track for overtaking, a great track for close fighting, and a track that you don't normally see 4 safety cars in as well, so bring it on. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks to everybody who's watched live, thanks to everybody that watches it back as well. I hope you enjoy it as best you can. We really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who watches all our streams as well. We know a lot of people do, so thank you to all of you. As I said, our next live one will be 7:30 on Wednesday, so we will see you then. Other than that, good night, God bless, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you then. Cheerio, good night.